it's a challenge for us because we look after the Work Health and Safety Act, and those terms really fall under other pieces of legislation. So we got a lot of comments from our stakeholders around that scenario that involves all those other pieces of legislation. The classic, you know, I've got a worker that's coming back to work with a mental illness or with mental ill health. I'm not convinced that it's all work related. In fact, I think it's, definitely some of it's coming from their home life. They're not performing, and I have to think about performance management. And in, you know, what do I need to consider? So that's a really complex scenario that we're trying to provide as much guidance as we can on the work health and safety obligations for a scenario like that. We also got some feedback, I guess, pretty clear feedback that we intended to kind of develop a suite of underlying facts and guidance to flesh out more on these issues of reasonable adjustment, any discrimination, etc. And we got some really valuable feedback that, you know what, if it's important to us, if it's that important, just put it in the one location. So give us one document that we can read and be really clear on what our obligations are, because we don't have time to go looking in that underlying suite of tools and resources unless we absolutely have to, you know, unless something's going wrong. We also got some, I guess, positive feedback on what we were trying to do with work design and how to explain systems and how to record and respond to psychosocial hazards within the workplace and how to fold it into your safety management system. So we've actually worked on that even more since that original draft and tried to make that more practical. And of course, the big one is case studies. The feedback appreciated our attempt to provide templates and tools that workplaces could use, found it very helpful. But they also said to us, can you populate those tools with some case studies and show us how to use it? So they're probably the main themes that came through. Yeah, nothing surprising and really exciting from my perspective to hear all that. Yeah.
Yeah, it sounds like you've had some really good engagement then from the stakeholders. So that's really what you want when you're going out for public consultation. You want people to actually get into it and give you some really useful feedback so that you can have that document that's going to be as beneficial as possible for the end user.
Oh, look, that's exactly right. You know, the whole purpose of this is so that businesses and workers can pick it up and understand in really clear, practical terms. You know, I kind of think about it as an inspector, and it might sound a bit corny, but a document like this will give me as an inspector the opportunity to literally be on the same page as the business. You know, we can turn to it, we can go through it together.